Hi, it's Anna. Welcome to Ruhani Wellness Center and welcome to Hanuman Asana Week. So when we're doing Hanuman Asana, what we're actually doing is Hanuman's Asana. So who is Hanuman? Hanuman is a Hindu god and you might have seen him, he's the monkey god. He has a face of a monkey and a really big tail. As a god, he represents strength, devotion, he represents protection. He is the remover of obstacles, and today we're going to see why. If we look at it as a mythological figure, and for some people, I don't mean any disrespect, because for some people, if you believe in Hanuman as a god, he exists, okay, as an entity, as a spiritual entity, and for some people, he still exists. But that doesn't mean that we can also relate to him as a mythical figure. And if we do, then what we are talking about is an archetype. As an archetype, he is a category in how we organize reality. It's a pattern that we are meant to fill with our own experience. And he represents the pattern of the hero, of that individual aspect of the self that is gonna go get what he wants or is gonna go get what's best for his people. So let's talk about this archetype and how do we relate to the archetype of self-trust. As a mythological figure, Hanuman is mentioned across several different texts and epics, and the Hindu mythology can be super complex. And I really want to focus on a specific aspect of Hanuman. So I'm going to tell you the story of when he was a little kid. He was always playing around. He was always getting in trouble. He's a monkey, so he's always doing monkey business. So he's going around and he's bothering other people and lighting things on fire. And he's always misbehaving and being very mischieving and being like very naughty. So the rishis, the wise men, one day one of them decided that he was going to punish Hanuman for all of the things he was doing. And he said, Hanuman, I am going to curse you and you are going to forget your strengths. You are going to forget your powers. Basically, he's going to forget who he is. But don't worry, eventually someone will come and remind you. And once you're reminded, you will get your powers and your strength back. So that's the story. That's what happened. And then years go by, and then at some point when his strength is really needed by the people in an epic battle, he gets reminded of his strength. He gets really big. When he gets reminded of his strength, his physical body starts to be big as a mountain. There's a whole really beautiful, amazing ritual where he gets his strength. He grows wide. He gets super strong. He had the power to jump and leap across countries. He was super powerful, super strong, and he was able to help win this battle. So if this is his story, let's shortly dissect it and see what that means to us. So you're a child and you're being a bad child. You're doing adventures, but you're being mean to other kids, or you're lighting things on fire, and so you get punished and you forget your strength. So what does it mean to misbehave? You know, what does it mean to misbehave in our culture? And then what is the punishment for that? So we can all relate to that in the story. So if our strength is to be a singer, if we want to be, we know that we want to express ourselves in that way, and we start singing and we get by our inner power, then that's what we learn. We learn that we have to forget that. We learn that we can't put that out there. So it can take several forms, but somehow we're born. We have these abilities. We have our inner strengths. We have our inner powers. And something across the way, it could be culture, it can be situations, it could be a person, it can be ourselves, that makes us believe that these strengths are somehow making us misbehave, and we forget them. We live them here. We forget that that's what we came here to do. We forget our powers. We forget our strength. And then someone in your life is going to come and remind you of who you are. So who's that someone that reminds you of who you are? Who is that awakener to your inner strength? It can be actually the people that put you in the worst situation so that you can look deep inside yourself and reflect, okay, this is who I am. So you go deep into your shadow. You have to see your shadow. You have to feel the hell of it in order to wake up to our strengths too. So something in life, an event or person, coronavirus, may come through to make us go deep inside and regain our strength. And that's a really strong and powerful hero journey, to be able to go deep inside and remember your strength and remember who you are. We are reminded of our strength when and why we realize we need it. When we think we don't need that strength to push through or to expand, like literally Hanuman's body gets bigger. Just get bigger. When we don't need to be bigger, when we don't need to expand, we don't need to remember. So it's in these tough situations and in these tough moments of life where we're really called into remember our strengths. We need to. Okay, we're needed in society, in our own lives. So we won't remember our strengths unless the cost of not remembering them are higher, or until we actually realize that the cost is higher. So this is why we have to go deep into the shadow and feel the pain of being who we have been being without the strength, in order to say, okay, I have to go through the pain of re-expanding and re-acknowledge my strength. And how does this relate to us in a more particular level, to you specifically? I want you to close your eyes and just humor me for a few seconds, for a few breaths. Just close your eyes and tap into yourself. And I'm not trying to convince you of anything. Just humor me and imagine that this is a possibility. You are a soul. You are in that space before birth. You are a soul in the soul dimension, whatever you want to call that. And you're about to take a big leap into life. You're about to embark on this adventure. And you know what you want to do. You know that you have a mission. You know that there's something for you to accomplish. You know what your strengths are. You know what the path is gonna, you don't know exactly what's gonna be like, but you know what family you're gonna choose to land into so that you can be reminded of certain things. You know what experiences, sort of, you're gonna have so that you have to go through that internal quest and remember some specific powers that you have. We're going to be playing this game of consciousness of forgetting who we are so we can remember. So you're going to know, you know all these things. You're a soul. You're about to leap into life. And there's the catch. You won't remember that, you know. You won't remember who you are through the whole journey. You have to reclaim that. You have to go deep into yourself and discover it, or search for it, or whatever you want to believe in it. Step into that sensation. To be born on the planet requires of us to have been able to take that leap as a soul, to decide that we can trust ourselves, to remember through the journey who we are. So if you're here, if you're a soul in the planet Earth in this very awkward, difficult, unknown times, because none of us know what to do, you decided already to take the leap, and you decided already to trust yourself, to remember who you are, so that you can expand. If your eyes are closed, you can open them again. Self-trust is that ability to know that we are able to show up for ourselves, that we can hold ourselves accountable to what we said that we were going to do. We need to be able to listen to ourselves in order to fulfill our needs. And to trust ourselves is to know that we are going to be there to fulfill those needs for ourselves. But we really got to tap into what we want and listen to our soul, to our emotions, to our thoughts, especially now. Everything is happening really fast. So I really encourage you to find that self-trust that you had from the beginning. If you're here on earth, it means that deep inside you trusted yourself to take that leap into life and become who you came here to be and fulfill your mission. And this is what I want us to do together through the Hanuman Asana week. So an asana is not only a position, okay? It's a way that we arrange our body as a key to fit a lock. We're gonna open the hips. So we're gonna unlock these mysteries within and take that big split, take that leap into life again, knowing that if we are already here, we trust ourselves to fulfill this mission. Have a great week, and please join us for tutorials and the class at the end of the week.